Cake-Diva, and today I'm going to do something a little bit fun. We're going to do a piñata cake with a surprise inside, and you can choose whatever surprise you want to put in it, which is fantastic. And I've decorated these with buttercream swirls in multicolours. You can decorate them how you like, but if you want to do this kind of decoration, there's another video that shows you exactly how to do it. But at the moment, I'm just going to show you how to do the inside of the cake. So let's get started. First, get your cake board ready for the base. I'm then going to get my cake ready. Now, this is a 2-litre oven-proof bowl, so that's what I've used to bake my cake in. And I've done the Madeira recipe that you'll find on my channel. I've done a 5-egg mix, and I've baked it at 160 degrees for 2 hours. Now, that cake has come out beautifully, as you can see, like this. And this cake is going to be perfect, but I'm just going to cut off the top. So I'm going to use a bowl to invert it and just slice off the base so it's nice and straight. So I'm just trimming the bottom so that it's got a nice flat base. This was the top of the cake as it baked. So then I'm going to turn it upside down and I'm going to layer it. There we go. Okay, so I'm now going to cut into 4 sections, but what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put a notch into the cake so that when it comes back together, if there's any unevenness, it won't matter because I'll put it all back in the same place. Now, I'm doing this by hand. If you've got a clever contraption for cutting cakes, then by all means go ahead, but about 1 inch off the ground. And all I'm going to do, this is how I normally cut cakes by hand, is cut, or just a little bit of an indentation all the way around the cake. There you go, till it joins up. And then I'm going to use that guide and I'm going to keep going round, and as I do, I'm going to hopefully meet in the middle. There you go. So that's my first layer, and I'm going to do the same thing going up the cake. So now my cake is in 4 slices. What I'm going to do is take this circle cutter. This is just one of my normal circle cutters. You can use some of those formers that you can get just in the supermarket. This one happens to be 3 3/4 inches wide, which is perfect for this size of cake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the top layer and the bottom layer, and with the remaining inside layers I'm going to cut a hole using the circle cutter. Now actually I'll do them separately so you can see. There we go. Now you can do what you like with this cake. You can eat it, or you can make cake pops. I'm just going to make sure that I've got exactly the right hole in exactly the right place. There we go. And now I'm going to assemble the cake using buttercream. I've got my cake card, which is 8 inches, this one, which was slightly bigger than my cake. The cake in a 2-litre bowl comes out at just under 8 inches, so that's perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some buttercream. If you want to get my basic buttercream recipe, you'll find it on my channel. I'm starting with a very basic buttercream because I do want it to pipe well later. So this is just going to be spread onto the card. And I'm just going to transfer the cake and make sure it's firm. So I've got the bottom layer and I'm just going to put a layer of buttercream over the bottom layer. I'm just going to line it all up and get my next layers on so I know that they're in the right place. And then I'm going to do the same with the remaining layers. So obviously just going around the side this time, just being careful. Okay, this is the exciting bit. So I've chosen really, really colourful sweets. Do what you like, but these are going to please my children no end. There we go. Now just be careful if you're using certain sweets, like for instance Smarties, if you're going to leave them in overnight, so you're not going to eat the cake straight away, sometimes they can get discoloured. So just be a little bit careful with any of those sweets where the colour comes off in your hand. But if you're going to eat it straight away, there's no problem. If you are worried, use some sweets with wrappers on, like little Easter eggs or little sweeties with wrappers, that's fine. But these should be okay, they're quite nice and sturdy. And then I'm just going to top it off by carefully adding the buttercream around the edge, line it all up, and there we go. Now I'm just going to finish this off by doing a crumb coat. Okay, I've got my cake board that we covered earlier, so I'm just going to put a dab of buttercream on. Why not make it colourful? And I'm going to place my cake that's just come out of the fridge. So this is nice and hard because it's crusted in the fridge, and I've now got the ability to place it in the centre. I'll present it nicely, and I'm going to start piping. Now in buttercream swirls. I teach you how to do these multicoloured swirls in another video. If you want to see that, you can just click on the link now. Or I think we need to have a look inside and see what we've done. Are you ready? And this is the fun bit, cutting it open and seeing what's inside. Trust me, the kids will love this. And if you want to do a little more of an adult version, this is the bit I love, is cutting it open. This one I've got to be very careful with. See, you don't know what I've put into this one, do you? However, because at the moment it's nearly Easter, see the clue, there we go, Easter eggs. And the beauty about these Easter eggs is because they're covered, they're not going to deteriorate inside. So there you go, happy Easter with our buttercream swirl piñata cake. I hope you've liked this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.